Hey guys, and welcome back to the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the Philippines Finals. We are in the finals of the finals right now. Renovatio 1 going up against Team the Resistance, also known as Renovatio 2. These two teams have qualified now for the C Regionals happening next week. So they will be representing Philippines in the regional next week, along with Black Sheep 5 and Sabun Gaming from Malaysia, as well as Resurgence and Relics from Singapore. So these 6 teams have qualified for the C Regionals happening next week. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. GMT plus 8 Singapore time, we will be having the Thai finals. So make sure you guys tune in as well. But today we have the finals of the finals right now. Philippines, they will be fighting up against each other for seeding as well as prize money. So I believe the draft has already been started. Let's get into it. It is going to be Cursed Hollow, I assume. Yes, it is going to be Cursed Hollow between these two teams. Renovatio on the blue side, Resistance going to be on the red team. So, blue side, we have Kiltas, ETC, and Rega being picked up right now, with Troll being banned. They do pick up the Sonya on the Resistance side, which does deny Renovatio the Sonya pickup that they have been using over the past few games. So they do ban out the Troll, and over on Resistance, they ban out the Falstad and the Greymane. We've seen Renovatio use the Greymane as well as the Falstad early on in a couple of games too, and they did do it pretty well. So they do ban them out this time around. As mentioned, the map is going to be Cursed Hollow, one of the biggest map, the biggest map actually in the HOTS world right now. It's all about collecting those tributes and pushing down those curses. And this is why I really love Heroes of the Storm. You know, not like other MOBAs, there's different maps and different heroes that thrive on different maps. Not only do you need to find the perfect composition that works together, you also need to find certain heroes that work well only on certain maps. For example, Asmodan, he only kind of, thrives on Tomb of the Spider Queen due to the fact that it's a small map and he's able to go roam between the lanes really quickly, along with maybe a kill task to clear out those creep waves pretty fast and get those stacks on his dunk. So because of that, he's only viable in those kind of maps. But on maps like Cursed Hollow, you can't really pick up an Asmodan. And so every map is different, and every composition will depend on the map. So on a big map like Cursed Hollow, Falstad is an extremely important hero because of the global presence that he has. He has mobility. He's able to fly between lanes and get up on those soak, get up on a lot of different types of metas. He's able to help out the team. He's able to push down lanes and then come in the last minute to help out the team. So heroes like Falstad definitely play a huge role, as you can see why it is being banned out here. So Falstad and Greymane banned over by the Resistance. Renovatio going to be banning out Lee Meng. So they do not want to give out the other mage to the Resistance. They in fact picked up the Kiltas themselves. So right now they are filling up the lineup. It does look like they are shadow picking the Tychus, which is interesting. We did see them use the Tychus earlier on, and it did work out for them when they beat out the Resistance earlier on. So right now their lineup is ETC and Rega. ETC for the front lines, Rega for the support. They have double DPS in Kiltas and Zeratul. So Tychus would just mean a third DPS, and that's going to be a crazy amount of damage coming out from Renovatio that the Resistance has to deal with. If you take a look at the Resistance's lineup right now, Muradin and Sonya for the front lines. We've seen what a Sonya can do. We've seen what a good Sonya can do, and it's really, really strong. Muradin for the front lines as well, pretty standard. We always see Muradin and ETC on either side. I would love to see him together once in a while, the combination of Muradin and ETC. But this time around, we're going to see Sonya partnering up with the Muradin in the front lines. They do have the double support yet again of Tiranda and Tasada. Again, the only problem I have with this is they're both secondary supports, and Tiranda doesn't really provide a huge amount of healing anyway, so it's just going to be a lot of shielding and a lot of DPS output from Tiranda, and Tasada is more of a hero for a pocket heal, like a pocket support for Sonya instead. Tiranda's heals aren't all too great. He should be able to keep the team alive as best as he can with his heal, with her heal. She does have the Shadow Stock at level 10 as well to provide sort of a boost of heal, but it doesn't really do much. They are shadow picking the Sylvanas now, which is interesting because I feel that they are lacking in DPS right now, and this was a problem that we saw in one of the earlier games where the Resistance just couldn't deal with Renovatio due to the fact that they did not have enough DPS. And going with the Sylvanas here, I'm not too sure if it's the best of the heroes to choose. It is strong sustained DPS, but not really burst DPS. So I'm a bit curious as to whether or not they will actually go with the Sylvanas. It does actually look like they want to go with the Sylvanas. Right now as well, I think the game is but we're waiting for the players to join up in the game. So they are going to pick up the Sylvanas as their final pick. So Sylvanas, Tasada, Tyrande, Sonia, as well as Muradin going to be the full lineup for the Resistance. And over on Renovatio, we are going to have Kiltas, ETC, Rhaegar, Zeratul, and Tychus. A lot of DPS coming out from Renovatio here. I'm looking forward to this game, but just on draft alone, I think I have to give it to Renovatio. They have a strong front line in that ETC. Not the best, of course, but they do have the Rhaegar to provide the chain support through the chain heal. Zeratul up front is going to be able to take down that Tyrande pretty easily, and maybe even the Sylvanas as well. So they're going to have a hard time dealing with that Zeratul. They do have the Tasada for Oracle to spot out Zeratul, but with the blinks, you know, with his mobility as well, I think Zeratul should be fine. Kiltas and Tychus to provide supporting DPS, you know, the Flame Strike into the Living Bombs along with Tychus' machine gun just shooting away. It's going to be pretty hard to deal with. So overall, Renovatio screaming a huge amount of aggression from their lineup. I'm liking it already. The Resistance, they seem to be a little bit more defensive with Muradin, Tasada, Tyrande, and Sylvanas, you know, able to get away from sticky situations. They have the Dwarf Toss, they have the hook from Sonia. In fact, all of them, aside from Tyrande, has a escape mechanism. So Tasada has the Dimensional Shift. Sonia is able to hook himself away. Muradin, Dwarf Toss, Sylvanas with the wave. He's able to get away. Tyrande just has to position herself really well in the backgrounds, and she should be fine as well. And with the burst, the boost of damage that she gives, they might be able to take down one or two heroes early on. So this is going to be the finals. It is going to be a slightly different format from standard like other MOBAs. It is going to be a best of 3 first. And what happens here is if Renovatio wins this best of 3 series, they win it all. So they win the entire competition as long as they win this first best of 3 series. The Resistance, however, because coming from the losers bracket, they have to win first the best of 3, and then there will be a game tie decision of a best of 1. So they have to win basically total of 3 games in order to win it all, and it has to be in the first best of 3 series and then playing on to the best of 1, finally winning. Renovatio, however, because they come from the winners bracket, they do have the slight cushion. They just have to win the first best of 3, and if they lose that, they still at least have one last life to go for it. So I believe all the players are joining up right now, so they should be in the game soon enough. We will be joining up soon with them. But final predictions from myself, it is going to be Renovatio, I think, that takes this first game in Cursed Hollow, of course. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Heroes Global Summer Circuit. This is the Philippines Finals. We are in the finals of these finals between these two teams, Renovatio and the Resistance, both teams qualifying for the C Regionals, representing Philippines, happening next week, guys. So make sure you mark your calendars next week, Saturday and Sunday. I believe at 10 a.m. GMT plus 8 Singapore time, we will be starting up with the C Regional, so make sure you guys tune in. Today, however, these two teams, after qualifying, right now they are fighting it out for seeding and prize money. So there's still a lot to play for. I believe the difference between first and second place is quite a huge amount in terms of prize pool, but it's also due to the seeding facts. You want to go into the C Regionals having the best of situations for yourself to come out on top, because the C Regionals is where it's really important for both sides. So they definitely want to come out on top in terms of those seedings. Hopefully we'll be able to see that here in this matchup. Tomorrow as well, 11 a.m. Singapore time, GMT plus 8, we will have the Thailand finals, guys. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Lots of hot action this entire weekend. Yesterday, we saw the final game matchups of Singapore. Resurgence going up against Relics for the first and second place match, where Resurgence came out on top 2-0. Unfortunate for Relics, they had really strong early game in both of their matches, actually being in the lead, but it was just Resurgence's, capabilities of holding on and finally taking the game at the end of it. They won 2-0, not dropping a single game throughout the entire group stage of the Singapore qualifiers. That led to them being the champions, taking home 5,000 Singapore dollars, while Relics took home 2,500 Singapore dollars. In the other game, we saw Team Geisha going up against Inquisition, where Geisha, there were some lag issues that basically cursed the game a little bit, but Geisha ultimately came out on top, taking out 3rd place, while Inquisition takes 4th place. Right now in this game, again, getting back to the Philippines qualifiers, still waiting for one last player to rejoin into the matchup. I believe he's just having some PC issues. Again, this is a LAN competition happening somewhere in the Philippines, one of the LAN cafes in the Philippines. So they are having some tech issues, and generally that's what happens when it's at a LAN cafe. You will definitely always have some tech issues. So again, thank you for tuning in. For those of you who've been tuning in since this morning, it started out really early at about 10 a.m. where we had our first matchup of Renovatio going up against Team Skyline. And ultimately, they've come from the winners bracket all the way. So thank you for if you've been joining us since this morning. This is, of course, going to be the finals. A maximum of 4 more games left for today, guys. But I do believe the ANZ regionals are still going on. So maybe that's another place you can check out after, of course, this ends here. So make sure you continue to stay tuned here as you support your favorite teams. Quick shout outs to our sponsors right now as we do have some time. Razer, our official peripheral sponsor. Make sure you guys check out their website, check out some gear. If you're looking to upgrade some gear, make sure to head over there and see a few new mouses, a few new mice, keyboard, headset, whatever it is. Make sure to check out some of the gear. Also, XSplit, our official streaming partner. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this live broadcast. As you can see here, I'm in the Nexus. It's pretty cool. I'm at the studio here in Singapore after weeks of being in my room. I kind of miss my bed though, so. But yeah, we're in the studio right now. The game is loading up as you can see, so make sure you guys stay tuned. This is going to be the finals. We also have the Twitter shoutouts, guys. Head over to Twitter and open your accounts and tweet at us HGCSEA. Okay, the handle is to tweet at us HGCSEA, and your tweets could be featured in game. So what's going to happen is you can do your shout outs, you can show your support for each team, whichever your favorite team is. Make sure you do your shout outs to them, and your tweet could be featured on stream. So we're about to get started here. The blue side is going to be Renovatio. We have Stronger on Rega, Jumpy Lion on Zeratul, VYY going to be playing the Kiltas, Hiskoa on the Tychus, and Harhar going to be on the ETC. Over on the red side, we will have Team Resistance. Is it? Team Resistance, yes. My brain's zoning out a little bit. Milos Poro going to be on his Muradin yet again. Azurai going to be on his Tasada. Shortiness is going to be playing the Sylvanas, I believe. Misery Pro X is going to be on the Sonya, and 4 is going to be on the Tiranda. So both teams just getting to their watchtowers and getting some vision for their team. VYY waiting in the brush here with his Kiltas on his cute little piggy. Here comes Muradin with the stun, connecting on 1 only. Face melt coming from the back from that ETC will push him towards the enemy lines, but he will be able to back off and tap here on his well. That's a pretty early tap, so that's going to keep him topped up for now. Sonya is making his way towards the top lane. Sylvanas already at the bottom, and that's going to give them a slight boost in EXP. Middle lane though, Living Bomb going to connect onto that Muradin. He's going to have to back off here. He does look to find that ETC. Tasada going to go up against this. Tychus at this middle lane. It's going to be pretty evenly matched up. I assume Tychus should have a slightly better time. Top lane, we're going to see Zeratul going up against Sonya. Zeratul might have a pretty decent time, I guess, against the Sonya. Both heroes, I think, pretty well even against each other. Middle lane, though, Tasada is the place that has to be careful. He doesn't want to get caught off position by this Renovatio team. Bottom itself, we see Muradin coming from the side here. Rega could be in some trouble. Stormbolt not used just yet. Thunderclap going to be used. ETC coming to with the power slide. Face melt going to connect as well. His Goa coming from the side with the machine railgun, shooting Milos Poro down, and he's just not able to get the Stormbolt out as well. All going to be used to just scout it out a little bit, and they're going to back off into the safety of their walls. ETC and Tychus now rotating towards that middle back again. Tasada is going to have to mount up and go 1 big round just to get back to safety. Bottom lane, Muradin looking to set something up here. Living Bomb doing quite a bit of damage onto the Sylvanas. Thankfully, Tiranda is there to keep him alive. Here comes the Stormbolt though. It's going to connect onto the Keltas. However, Rega is there to keep him well alive, and Tiranda stun is not going to connect as well at the bottom. Top lane though, here we see Sonya going in, doing quite a bit of damage onto Zeratul, but he's holding the ground, his own ground as well, returning the favor onto Misery Pro X. So it's pretty even so far. No kills have yet to be seen from either side, as both teams just soaking it up and trying to wait for the opponents to make any form of mistake that they can. BYY at this bottom again going up against a skirmish with Muradin. He's going to control the Living Bomb, which is going to spread here a little bit. It doesn't really spread to buildings though, however, but he should be fine. The first tribute is going to spawn though. It's going to be on top lane and the neutral ground. So not in favor of either side here, as Azura could be in some trouble. Here comes Zeratul. No Oracle to spot him out, but he's going to be able to use the Dimensional Shift to get away. Tribute is going to be activated right now. Rega is at the top lane trying to harass down this Sonya a little bit, but it's kind of the wrong decision to do. This is Sonya, of course, which is of course hard. Bottom lane though, we do see the red side running into them. Zeratul could be in some trouble here. Here comes the Dwarf Toss from Team from the red side as he jumps in and kills him, takes him down. Misery Pro X now dropping really low. Nice power slide. They're going to connect onto him and finally will be able to pick off the Sonya. Down goes the Tasa that are not available in the fight. The blue side will be able to force Muradin back off from the tribute. It's still available. They are going to probably channel this soon. Thunderclap going to be used by Muradin here. No Stormbolt just yet. Stormbolt actually going to connect onto Rega. Stun being used by Tyrann. They're going to connect onto Tychus as well as the rest of the heroes actually rotating back towards their lanes to soak it up a little bit. Muradin now going to channel down this tribute. Not going to get it though. Here comes Tassadar from the side with the Psionic Storm just as a harassment. ETC trying to get himself into position to power slide, but in fact he is actually going to have to power slide away there to safety. Here comes Sonya though. Hitting out Tychus, taking quite a bit of damage himself. Rhaegar's going to have to back off. And finally, Tyrande is in the background, going to be able to channel up that tribute and finally get it. So good job to Team Resistance getting the first tribute in that clash. Of course, it's only the first tribute, so definitely still a lot more to fight for. Muradin still waiting in the brush, trying to set something up as Zeratul heads towards the bottom lane. They don't really have anyone at the top lane right now, Renovatio, to soak it up. Sonya is pushing down that lane as well. ETC now trying to force them back, not to allow them to get the siege camp. Will be successful in doing so. Rhaegar and Tychus will be able to get the siege camp of their own back at their base. Zeratul now at the middle lane has to be careful. I mean, Tassadar has to be careful. Here comes Zeratul though. Dimensional Shift will keep him alive. Tornado actually going to connect, so that's a really well preempted Tornado. But unfortunately for them, they will not have a follow-up as a Dimensional Shift will keep him alive. Bottom lane though, we do see Muradin finding Kael'thas, and Kael'thas getting easily taken down with the boost of damage from the marksman of Tyrande. Will be able to take down the Kael'thas. Top lane though, we do see them diving in really deep here as they're trying to force them to take push back the camp again. Tyrande's stun not going to connect. ETC goes in with the power side, connecting on one only. Misery Pro X dropping pretty low. Zeratul in the side, trying to maybe set something up here. But Renovatio does look like they have to back off here. They're playing it a bit too aggressive. They do have the really aggressive lineup. But right now, if you take a look at the red side, the red side, sorry. They definitely have a stronger defense lineup, Team Resistance, so they definitely do not want to force these fights. They definitely have a lot more stronger defense line here. We do see Jumpy Line waiting for it. Oh, he actually misses it. Will they get a tribute? No, he will not actually. He moves away, but Tyrande in the backlines will be able to channel it off. Here comes the ETC though with the power slide. Going to connect on 4, but inbound the Dimensional Shift going to be used by Tassadar to get away, and down goes the ETC as it was just a bit preemptive. Jumpy Line in the background. Zeratul dropping extremely low as a wave is the wrong way. Tyrande's still chasing him down. Sonya in the backlines probably going to get taken down here. Last hit. Will the Rhaegar be able to get to him? No, he will not be able to get to him. And in the backlines, we do see Muradin taking out the Kael'thas, but he's going to pay with his own life. Tychus trying to get the grenade off onto the Sonya, but unfortunately for him, will not be able to get so. So a nice 2-for-2 trade. ETC and Kael'thas falling for the blue team. Both the Muradin as well as the Sylvanas, I believe, dropping for the red side. So a nice 2-for-2 trade. Still a 1-kill advantage though for Team Resistance. Next tribute is going to spawn as well. The blue side, Team Renovatio can definitely not give this tribute to them, though it is spawning in favor of their map. They do have the map control on their side. It does look like they are actually just going to give it to them as they look to just take down the boss here. I guess this is a decent trade. They will get the final tribute, allowing them to get the curse. Owl is going to spot them up, and here comes Tyrande, maybe going to try and set something up. Sorry, I mean Sonya trying to set something up, but he might have got himself into a little bit of a sticky situation. He gets hooked, he hooks in, instantly gets stunned out. Here comes Muradin trying to stop them as well. They will be able to stop it for now, but here comes the rest of the red team. Will they be able to actually fully stop the ETC taking quite a bit of damage? There you go with the power slide, connecting on 3 here. The red team might have overextended a little bit too much. Har with the power, Mosh Pit gonna be able to get in on 2. They will be able to stop the push of the boss as well, and finally a 5-man team wipe in favor of the blue side. Only Kael'thas surviving though, the Sloan survivor. They will be able to get the boss, but they are cursed up as well while the creeps are pushing down. Red team just overextended a little bit too much. Sonya went in a bit too early. We do have a replay, so let's check out what happened there. As you can see, Sonya just going in a little bit too early, gets chain stunned to death before the team could arrive here. They then tried to focus down the boss. Here came Muradin, was able to stop the boss push and the boss take there really well. ETC, he moved away from the Psionic Storm, as you can see, and then he went in on 3. Down went the Tyrande, which led to, you know, a chain of events. Both sides dropping really low. Avatar being used by that Muradin, really well done. And unfortunately for them, though, Kael'thas was able to finish him off. Tychus ultimately falling, though, as well. So a nice 5-man team wipe for Renovatio. They do get the boss as well, but because of the curse, they do lose both the... Actually, all 3 forts are down because of the curse, so... Not too sure if that was the best of trades, as in real time we did see Team Resistance try to take the boss. Unfortunately, Renovatio was there to stop it out. So the next tributes are going to be really, really important. They do lose all 3 forts, but they are ahead still on EXP, which is the good thing for Renovatio. Somehow they are able to keep themselves very well in this game. They're still level on EXP, even though they've lost all 3 forts right now. So things are looking good for them for now. Zeratul, though, he is going to try and go into the backlines and maybe set something up, but he's probably going to get spotted here. Oracle not used just yet. He has to be careful not to get spotted out here. Muradin in the backline is going to get spotted. ETC with the power slide in onto the Muradin. No Dwarf Toss available on him as well. Tornado not going to connect. Forced Wall going to block the rest of the team out, but look at Zeratul chopping away at Tyrande. He is going to use the Void to trap them both in there. Will they be able to get that? Phoenix going to be used as well. Living Bomb going to be thrown out. In comes the ETC. Nice stun in onto the Tyrande, and he will fall now. Sonya spinning his way back to safety. Milos Poro, though, he's dropping really low. Rhaegar wants his blood. Jumpy Lion as well, going for shottiness. Sylvana's going to be able to wave away. But here comes Misery Pro X. I think a bit of miscommunication here as he goes back in. But not too sure what Muradin was doing. I mean, I'm not too sure what Sonya was doing. I guess just miscommunication as the rest of his team actually backed off there. But Sonya decided to go in by himself, and that led to his demise. Really, really unfortunate there, as the blue side now just going to pick up on a few camps. They're actually not going to go for the boss because the respawn timers are pretty quick on the red team. Sonya is about to spawn up soon. Muradin has to be careful, though. Doesn't want to get caught here. He does get caught by the Tychus, but that's going to be fine. Tyrande stun not going to connect. Force Wall going to be used to block into heroes. ETC dropping pretty low, but Tyrande himself dropping, I mean Tassadar himself dropping really low. Going to have to use the dimensional shift to get away. But it does look like the red team now is in full attack mode. While the blue side, they are just trying to back off. Renovatio trying to regain their composure. They can definitely turn this thing around here. Zeratul trying to wait for the perfect opportunity. It does look like she want to go for the Zeratul, the Tyrande yet again. He does spot the Sylvanas doing quite a bit of damage. Sylvanas running away. Going to use the wave to get away from that. Sonya has to be careful. He hasn't had the best of communication with his team just yet. Muradin in the background is hitting down against Kael'thas. Kael'thas having a pretty hard time there. Zeratul able to take down Sylvanas himself. And they are down to a 4v5. The rest of them are going to have to back off. Hopefully Sonya doesn't go in again by himself. The Owl is going to be able to spot them out. First set of tributes are going to spawn up in the blue side. Renovatio is going to be able to get it. It does look like they want to push down this bottom set of forts, though. The walls are breaking. The gates are down. But they are just rotating right now. Getting the watchtower, this Zeratul, to give them a little bit more vision. Does look like the red team is just going to go for the boss here. It doesn't seem like the blue side knows anything about it. Zeratul is making his way towards that area. They do have the Oracle ready on Tassadar if they want to. Jumpy Lion will actually spot out this boss attempt here. Will they actually have time to get there to stop it, though? That is the question. I actually don't think so. ETC is making his way there. Do they want to try and stop this push? In comes Zeratul. He's going to use the element of Void Prism there to trap 2 heroes. Goes in, but will not actually be able to stop the take of the boss, with the blue side not actually being anywhere close to stopping it. Zeratul himself now could be in some trouble. He's getting spotted out. Oracle going to spot him out. Jumpy Lion, man. Just going in a bit too deep there. He paid for it with his life yet again. It's going to be 4 men alive for the blue side, and they probably have to give away this tribute too. So Renovatio overstepping there a little bit, and the boss now ready to push down the top lane. The second tribute going to go in favor of Team Resistance themselves. Tychus now shooting down this boss, trying to push it, kill it as quickly as they can. But here comes Team Resistance. They are pushing in. Renovatio trying to form some kind of a defense. Force Wall going to be used, not too sure why, but the siege camp at the side is going to get taken as well. Oracle going to be used just to scout out a little bit. Zeratul still not alive just yet. Towers are going to fall. Boss is dropping pretty low. Tychus should be able to finish it off, and I think Team Resistance aren't going to take any risk here. They are okay with taking down the towers, and they are just going to back off to the middle lane. Now ETC could be in some trouble himself. We do see Muradin finding him. Zeratul goes in for the Tassadar, who does use the dimensional shift. He should be fine for now. He will be able to get away as well. So ETC gonna survive in that clash as well. The boss is up for themselves on their side, and they will definitely look to try and get it. The red team though, they are in position in the close range to actually deal with them if they do have an attempt for a boss. The next tribute is gonna spawn though. I think the blue team will definitely try to go and contest this, even though it is in favor of the red side slightly. They do have the towers up still in that area, so it's going to help them a little bit. ETC diving in a bit too deep there. He has to be careful. They will be able to get the watchtower. It does seem like the red team are not in position to actually contest this. Not too sure what they're actually doing. They actually back off there. They are behind on a talent here. The owl is going to cancel out the first channel. Here comes Muradin from the side. Will he be able to do so? Psionic Storm will be used to cancel it out actually. As Kiltas, Tychus, and Zeratul actually going for the boss instead. So they're just wasting their time right now. I think the red team thinks that the rest of the team is actually in this brush, but it does look like it's just the ETC that is remaining there, and he's playing it scared, but he's playing it ballsy, just as if his team is there to help them. They will be able to get the boss. He goes in with the channel. He's not going to be able to cancel it. Not too sure what he was doing there. No face melt just then. Sonya goes in the backline. Starfall going to be used right now as Jumpy Line taking quite a bit of damage. ETC goes in with the power slide, connecting with the Marsh Pit onto. Down goes the Sonya. Down goes the Muradin, as no one's able to actually take him out. Shoddiness now going to use the wave to get himself out of there. The boss is still... Actually, no. He did not actually connect on the wave. Not too sure if that was a wait or just an unfortunate misclick or something, but he gets taken down as well. Here comes the ETC, power slide in onto the Tyrande. Guys, this could very well be GG. Resurgence, I mean not Resurgence, Renovatio now pushing down this bottom lane with the boss. 4 heroes down on Team Resistance. The towers are not going to survive this. The keep is definitely not going to survive this. But can Renovatio end this right here, right now? That is the question. It does look like they are very well in position to do so. Pushing down this outer keep now. 20 seconds still left on the Tyrande. Just the Muradin and the Sonya forming up now. Sylvana's going to join them pretty soon, but if they are able to take down the Tassada, or if they are able to force a clash here, they might be able to end this, but it does look like they want to back off and play the safe route. They're going to be happy with taking down the keep along with the tower, tanks to the boss, and just going to back off, go and get the tribute and get the curse and further push and extend their lead. So we have a replay for the previous clash. Let's check out what happened there. As you can see here, they were just channeling it up there. Har was trying to defend it. I'm surprised that he didn't actually go for the face melt. Sonya went a bit too deep. Again, miscommunication with his team. Nice void, elemental void prism at the back, catching onto 2. ETC went in with the power slide, connecting on 2 with the Mosh Pit as well. Rhaegar with the ancestral healing, going to pop himself right back up, but the damage was already done. Muradin and Sonya falling in that clash. Boss was spawned up as well, and the Sylvanas, the wave actually didn't really use the wave to get away, and down he went. Tyrande as well, not too safe, and he got taken down. So a nice 4-hero kill in favor of Renovatio. They were able to take down the bottom set of keeps themselves. Here comes though as we go back to real time. Nice element of Void Prism again, catching Tree. Muradin could be in some huge trouble. The laser coming out by Tychus as it deals quite a bit of damage onto that Sonya. Sonya taking massive amounts of damage, but they will be able to get away safely with the shield and the heals coming out from them. But Jumpy Lion once more, and so does ETC. He's trying to check them out. He's trying to follow them. Boss is about to spawn pretty soon as well. They are pinging out. Oracle going to be used by that Tassada to spot out and to check on the situation. And they will be able to back off safely. So no kills there as the blue side, Renovatio, they're already almost hitting level 20. Really soon, they are going to get their Storm Talents as the next set of tributes about to spawn. The red side boss is going to spawn in about 6 seconds as well. So this tribute is going to be a really important one. Why? The clash happening here will decide whether or not they get the boss as well. So ETC, he has to be careful. Storm going to spot him out. Owl actually going to connect on all 3 heroes there as they walk by. Force Wall going to be used to push them back a little bit as they do start channeling down this tribute. The red team, they are going to come in from the side though. If any time is the time to fight, this is the time to fight because they are still level on talent tiers as they haven't reached the level 20. But here comes the power slide from ETC. Muradin dropping really low, being kept alive so far with the heals. Sonya again too far in front. Phoenix now going to be used to zone them out a little bit. Azurai taking quite a bit of damage himself. Sonya in the backlines though with the shields gets taken down. Sonya just diving a bit too deep. She seems to be doing the same thing over and over again. Here comes the Starfall by Tyrande, but it's not enough as Sylvanas falls as well. Renovatio in huge good position now, in pole position now to take control of this fight. Slows coming off of the Rhaegar. My goodness, Tyrande not going to survive that. Azurai gonna get taken down by the grenade. In the backline, ETC is going to pick up the tribute, and they are going to get the Muradin as well. It doesn't look like they're just going to end this here. They don't even want to go for the boss. I think they're just going to push down with the bottom lane along with the curse and just take it out. They're going to probably go for this gate here. I think they're just going to try and break down this gate, and then they're going to go for the win. It is level 20 to level 17 though. 3 levels ahead for Renovatio. I don't think Team Resistance can resist any longer in this matchup. Void Prism used as a BM. Wow, that is real BM, in fact, as they will start to hit down on the core. It is going to be GG as Renovatio, one game away, guys, from securing the championship and retaining their titles of the Philippine champions. They are just one game away. Team Resistance put up quite a fight early on, but just events in the middle game, and again, due to drafting, they just went with a little bit more of a defensive draft, and Renovatio was just really, really well done. We have a replay of the last fight, I believe. So let's check out what happened there. As you can see here from this. Sonya, again, diving a little bit too deep all alone. He went in the back lines trying to take down the kill task. Again, the shield was there to keep him alive. Ancestral healing still not used just yet as he fell in the back line. Sylvanas, he got bursted down so quickly. Just like that, 2 heroes were down. And in quick succession, the rest of them dropped. Look at the totem, well placed to slow them down. Tyrande, we're not going to survive there. Tychus went in, finish him off, and the grenade. Look at this grenade. There you go. Tatsada falls as well. Poro will be able to jump away, but not for long, and down he goes as well. So Renovatio just doing a really good job in coordinating their fights. They're doing this really well. If you take a look at stats here, Taika is 54,000 damage on his hero, and Kelta siege damage crazily high. The closest is actually Tyrande, which is surprising, doing the most hero damage on the red side. That is not something you want to see, you know, when you have a Tyrande doing the top hero damage instead of a Sonya, for example. Sonya, he just dove a little bit too deep in some of those clashes, which is really unfortunate for him. But yeah, congratulations against the Renovatio. They will be taking the game number 1 in this first best of 3 series. If they win this next game, guys, they will be crowned Philippine champions and take the first seeding position in the seed regionals for the Philippines team. So we're going to go for a really short break, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Again, you're watching the Heroes Global Circuit. This is the Philippines Finals. Renovatio is 1 game away from securing the championship. Will Team Resistance be able to resist this any further and push on and push this to a game deciding number 3 and then into the best of 1? We will just have to wait and see. Be right back, guys. We'll be taking a short break. Make sure you continue to stay tuned because we're going to bring you the next game really soon. In Ham, he's dropping extremely low though. Foul start in the backline is gonna get taken down. Milos Poro, he might not want to drop here. Blessed Shield finally gonna be used to proc. Down goes the Sonya as well with the Arcane Orb with the resets. Down goes another one with the Arcane Orb as Li Ming is gonna have to back off here. So a nice